Here we go. 2019. New year, new me, new you. Let's get off started right with a garbage car. Oh boy, we haven't gotten ourselves a good beater in quite a while. And what better example than a third generation Chevrolet Cavalier? This car has seen some serious shit in its day. Buffalo, New York road salt. The wheels literally falling off. Brakes failing multiple times. People backing into it. Hell, it's even rolled over in its life. This is a car that screams low income and has since it was brand new. A car that has dang near zero street cred. This is a 1997 Chevrolet Cavalier Z24. The Chevrolet Cavalier and its GM J-body siblings were introduced in 1981 for the 1982 model year, replacing the comparably sporty Monza line. The J-body line was GM's introduction into the entry-level front-wheel drive market, competing against Honda's Civic and Dodge's Omni. At the time, you can get a choice of 5 body styles and 5 different models from GM's brands at the time, including the infamous Cadillac Cimarron. Over the years, the wagon and hatchbacks would get killed off, as with the Cadillacs, Buicks, and Oldsmobiles. But the Chevrolet and the Pontiac versions soldiered on. By the time the third generation had arrived with its very 90s jelly bean design, you were left with either a 2-door coupe, a 4-door sedan, or a convertible, because that's exactly what people needed. As mentioned before, there were 2 makes left in America that you could choose from: the Chevrolet Cavalier and the Pontiac Sunfire. Also, should be note, these were sold as Toyota Cavaliers in Japan. Look it up. 4 trims were available: base, LS, RS, and Z24. There were only 2 available engines, both 4 cylinders. Most models had the 2.2-liter LN2 producing 120 horsepower and 140 pounds of torque, or the 2.4-liter LD9 twin cam in the Z24. These quad 4 variants produced 150 horsepower and 155 feet-pounds of torque. Available transmissions were either the 4T40E automatic, a 5-speed manual, or the 3-speed 3T40E automatic. 1997, we still had 3-speed automatics left on the market. Fantastic times. So, what did the sporty Z24 package get you? Not much other than the big engine, unfortunately. 80s models would have unique wheels, a body kit, and often a nice silver stripe along the bottom. Later Z24s would bring back the factory body kits in the age of post-Fast and the Furious. But this 1997 model? Just a couple of badges and the acceptance that this was as far as performance would go with the J-body. Miles below what the Cobalt SS would become just under a decade later. Inside is as basic as it can be. Glorious GM gray in all its 90s vintage. Manual windows. Manual driver's side mirror adjustment. Just the driver's side. You don't get the other side. The hell with shifter bezels. Just take the shop broom, cut the bristles off, glue it to the shifter and the e-brake holes in the center console, and ta-da, ship it. Woo, GM. Surely this saved a couple of pennies in some truly great GM cost engineering. The back seat is not good for tall people. And although the sedan is a little better off in that regard, I am reviewing the coupe. And yeah, not good. I do think it's more spacious than the Acura RDX, but you don't often compare an Acura RDX with a Cavalier Z24. What else can I say? This is a car you are expected to smoke in. The single windshield vent says it's best. Everything was designed as cheaply and efficiently question mark, possible for big profit margins. On the road, it's, to put it politely, sketchy. This car is rough. Despite recent repairs, the brake pedal still feels not good. Just look at the position of the steering wheel. This is not optimal. This is, in fact, very wrong. According to the owner, the car sat on jacks for a few months while waiting for brake repairs, and apparently something has settled in the front end. That's not normal. Also, keep in mind, this car has been in multiple wrecks. I can't turn lock to lock because the wheel hits the damaged inner fender well. This car groans and creaks over every bump. Get on it. She'll go, the owner says.
Put your foot on it, she'll go.
$6,000. Hesitantly, I do. It goes. As a fool, I'm not thinking of mine or his safety. I'm thinking of, oh boy, I hope the car doesn't fall apart on this back road over North Carolina. Afterwards, the owner tells me this car has a little over 142,000 miles. Normally, I'd get this information myself in my observations, but honestly, I wasn't paying attention because look at this thing. I had simply a whole lot more stuff to grab my attention while going down the road. My Nissan Pathfinder has more miles. My old Saturn was even creeping up towards this right before I sold it, and neither are even this close to this level of rough. A lot of it has to do with the lack of build quality of these things. They pumped out a boatload of these things. But Corollas and Civics and fellow imports were just better cars all around. GM sold these with the mentality that people would buy them simply because they were American. And it worked. For a while. Sales for the Cavalier were relatively strong, peaking in this model year of 1997 at 302,000. And would hover between 233 and 272,000 until 2003. 2004 saw a dip in sales with a little over 195,000, but at this point they were winding down production in favor of the all-new and much better Cobalt for 2005. 2005 was the last official year of production, selling a measly 18,960 due to the Cobalt being on sale at that point. The J-body was dead. All hail the 21st century Delta platform. The Lordstown, Ohio, and Ramos Arizpe, Mexico plants were retooled for the new Delta cars, while the Lansing, Michigan plant was demolished in 1999 in favor of a new plant that currently builds Cadillacs. And this completely abused 1997 Chevrolet Cavalier Z24 is how we remember the GM J-body. The absolutely beat to snot last generation, built with little care and owned with even less care. As many problems as these cars had, and trust me, they were numerous, just mechanically, these things took the beating that was very much often delivered to them. It's almost as if GM knew that the people they were selling these cars to were not going to take care of them. My old roommate had a gold LS sedan that he drove to races cross-country for many years. And it hit well over 300,000 miles before he finally grew tired of that car and sold it. The wheels have quite literally fallen off of this Z24, and it still starts right up whenever the owner decides that he wants to head down to the store and drive something a little more entertaining than his pickup truck. And honestly, what more could you ask for out of a $500 car? A special thank you to Brent of Pleasant Garden, North Carolina for use of your Chevrolet Cavalier Z24 for this video. If you have a vehicle you'd wish to have on the show, please contact the official Facebook page at facebook.com/Wookie Drives, and we'll try to schedule something. Follow that page for updates, and be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more automotive shenanigans. Well, automotive and racing, because I'm getting a lot more into the racing stuff as of late. Anyways, thank you for watching, and have a good night.
Here comes the hottest selling Chevrolet today. The fun-to-drive front-drive Cavalier. Fire up 2 liters of electronically fuel-injected fun and experience more horsepower than the top 3 imports. The minute you feel Cavalier before, you'll know what makes Cavalier the hottest selling Chevrolet today. Chevrolet!